Home maintenance, MIG welding rebar over a window. Safety first, use protective equipment. Welding mask, gloves, long sleeve coat. Ultraviolet arc light can cause eye damage and sunburns. Sparks can cause fires. Keep a fire extinguisher around. We've got a outside window here, and some people broke into it, broke the glass, and got in before the rebar was up there. So we put some rebar up here. What we did was we drilled holes through the masonry, 2-inch deep hole there, and on the other side we put a 1-inch deep hole so that you can slide the rebar in, because the rebar is longer than the width of the window. So you slide the rebar in 2 inches this way and then 1 inch back that way, so it stays in. And then to keep people from bending the rebar or removing it, we're putting the verticals in, and the first vertical is going to be right here by the bricks, so that they can't slide it sideways to get the rebar out. We're going to put another one on this side, and we're tack welding it all. We've got a MIG welder here, and we're going to tack weld all of these cross beams here, wherever the rebar crosses. It's about 30 tack welds we're going to put in, and then that should do it as far as making this more burglar proof. They were broken into about a month ago. So we did it. Okay. So here they are, all these welds, and as you can see, I don't do welding all the time, so it's not perfect. Got a little bit too much stuff there. As it went along, I realized I didn't need to put so much stuff on there. See, I got too much on that one, and then there's less on that one. Anyway, here's a good weld. See, it's not dripping down, and it's still welded to both rebars. So anyway, it's pretty good enough to deter anybody from coming in through the window, hopefully. I mean, if someone's really wanting to, they could even cut the rebar if they wanted, but hopefully people won't do that. And we use this MIG welder, and the kind of, see, it's a wire welder. You can see the wire sticking out of the end there. And we use flux core wire, which doesn't require gas. If you use non-flux wire, you have to use a special MIG welding gas, and you have to have a pressure valve on there, and you connect this hose here. This hose connects to the gas bottle, to the gas valve, and then you use gas while you're welding, and that cleans the metal and keeps it from burning too fast. But we use flux core wire, and it doesn't require using gas. and this is a 110 volt welder. We set it to maximum power, and then you adjust the gauge here for the speed of the wire coming out, and you have to do that by just testing it when you're welding to make sure enough is coming out so you can be welding consistently. That goes back and forth. We've got it set to about 4 on this particular welder, which works pretty well. And anyway, the MIG welding is I found it to be fairly easy to do. It's just a matter of clamping your rebar together so they're touching or close enough where you can build up this material in there from the wire. This is melted wire, and you have to have it hot enough so it sticks to both metal. And so you just do it by practice. You get better at it. So that's and it wasn't critical welds. It's not a safety hazard if it's not welded completely. So you know, any amateur like me can do this kind of welding. Okay, thanks for watching.